Has plenty of small towns many of us have never seen. The town of Liberty could be one of them, except for a particular business, the Liberty Tool Company. 207's Don Kerrigan is a fan of that business and a few weeks ago promised to go there. Today he's here to make good on that promise.
I am, and as we talked in the newsroom, I beat you to it, so sorry about that. I am a guy who loves tools. I make things poorly at home, but I love using them. And I love old tools like this draw knife, big old clamp. This is an old marking gauge. All of these came my way from the Liberty Tool Company. Now, some people might call that an antique shop, but I think that is doing the place an injustice. In a slightly cluttered shop, Mike Wilson brings new shine to old tools. Since retiring from a big job in Boston, Mike spends a few days each week right here.
Any Monday, and this place could be just jammed with tools. Yep, I'm serious. It just could be just jammed.
Where he cleans and sorts them all.
You can see the amount of wrenches I got here. Box wrenches, open-end wrenches. You know, you go over there and you're going to see a couple hundred of these over there too. You know, I mean, we don't have room for everything over there.
Over there is across the street at the retail store for the Liberty Tool Company. It's a kind of Xanadu for those of us who love old tools. For more than 40 years, this place has been the prime source for a fantastic array of stuff.
This might be something you might be, you know, we get all these kind of planes, which we probably have, you know, we probably get another 20 or 30 of those over there.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
That's beautiful.
Those are beautiful.
Maine shipbuilders and carpenters used tools just like this as much as 2 centuries ago, and it still works. In the store are shelves filled with these old hand planes, and hammers, and saws, and just about any other tool ever made that can transform wood, metal, and other material into useful things. Do you like it?
Oh, love it. Love it. I've been coming here since I was a kid.
Sharon Simmons has been a collector of old stuff herself. 5 years ago, she got hired to help run the store.
Here's the one to sign. I figure if I have to go back to work, I'm going to work with somewhere I love. And I love Liberty Tool with all my heart.
Pricing, organizing, sometimes researching mystery tools. What are the big sellers?
Axes and hatchets are a really big seller. And anything blacksmithing. Blacksmith tongs, anvils. So.
Axes that probably people want to use?
Correct. Yep. And they fly out the door as soon as they come in. I think we have one in the store right now.
In fact,
my name's Lachlan Carlson.
Came looking for an axe. He's a shipbuilder visiting Maine all the way from Seattle.
This wasn't the only reason I came here, but all my woodworker friends said, you should stop by, dude. Stop by.
No axe, but he still found some things to take home. So what do you think of the place?
I love it. It's fantastic.
Chris Ledoux works just across the street.
What'd you come over to get?
Came looking for a boar, but this place is exciting, so I found my boar and some excitement.
What nowadays they call a spade bit or something like that.
Spade bit, boar, the thing that cuts a hole in the wood without using a saw.
You have an immediate use for it?
Yes, I'm trying to build some shelves.
There are antiques upstairs, trunks, big old walking wheels, books, and artwork. But the tools are what bring people in.
Do you have any grommet sets that you know of?
I'm not sure on that one. I really don't know for sure if we have one.
Ian Cust, carpenter from Deer Isle, was on the way to Portland and just had to stop.
Do some of the tools you work with come from here?
Yeah. Indeed. I have found tools that are in my belt on the daily. Yeah.
Really?
From here, yeah.
People from everywhere, all over the United States. We have people coming from California, Texas, Florida, everywhere.
Really?
Everywhere, all through the summer.
The business was started in 1970 by Skip Brack, who still owns it. He bought the former IGA store and dance hall in Liberty in '76. He added another store after in Hulls Cove, all buying and selling old tools. He also owns the old Liberty gas station across the road where Mike works, and the building next door, which now holds an old tool museum. But time has gone by, and Skip has been trying to sell it all, buildings and business together.
I'm sure people look and say, gosh, what a shame it would be if this disappeared.
Oh, definitely. Everybody wants, and Skip would like it to go to somebody who's going to continue on with this business and keep doing what he's been doing all these years.
Because tools can mean something.
Here's a good story for you.
Mike tells about the guy who pulled in with a van full of tools and went looking for more.
He comes in and buys 5 or 6 empty toolboxes, goes over there and buys an anvil, goes over there and buys some more taps and dies, and I'm you know, what are you doing? And he goes, I love tools. Just like you, I love tools.
Saving the old, made by clever hands decades or centuries ago, used by other hands.
I was commenting to Mike, do you think at some point Maine would run out of old tools?
Oh, no, never. There's a barn everywhere full of tools, just waiting to be found.
Just waiting for Mike's hands to clean and polish them, for Sharon to price and put them on the shelf, and for customers to find. Prizes made and then used by generations of hands, but now ready for new ones.
It is a fascinating place. I've been stopping there for a number of years. And Rob, it's fun for people to go, I think. I'm prejudiced. Even if you aren't a big tool user, just the things you can see and say, what in the world is that? And there is stuff I look at and say, what is the world is in that? But more philosophically, you know, it reminds you that Maine was full of people who use tools every day to live, to build things, fix things, invent things. It was an essential part of life for people. And this is kind of a tribute to that. You know, they were clever enough to make these, then to use them as the way they ought to be. So it's kind of a museum of Maine in a lot of ways. A lot of fun.
That's a great story, and let us hope that the Liberty Tool Company is around for decades more to come.
Yes, and that my wife doesn't send him to my barn.
Thank you, Don. Great story.